Beautiful people.
Good evening, sir. Good to see you, sir. Let me show my face also.
Yes, let me see your face. Let me see the faces of the people I'm talking to.
Yes, Baba.
Yeah, it's nice to be here this evening, and I'm
Thank you,
glad
sir.
to have you all here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Um, if you are online, could you please, let me know you are here. Let me not just have audience that are muted. Before I start speaking,
When people are on the
please use
call,
the
but I
comment
have to mute them
section.
for order. I have to mute them for order. Sorry, sir. So they will
Let
chat in
them
the chat
use the
room.
comment section
Yes.
to respond that they are here. They can hear me. Okay, Celine Holmes. I see that you are here. Thank you very much. I like to engage my audience. I like it when
Fantastic.
I'm sure that they are with me. I like it to be sure that whatever I'm giving them this evening, they are going to utilize the knowledge
Yes, sir.
to close sales
Sir.
this month of February, because the month is not over yet, and for the remaining part of this year. Okay, I would start. I believe that a lot has been said. This evening we want to talk about real estate cashback. We want to talk about real estate cashback as a product of the real estate cashback cooperative. And basically, I would be telling you what you should be saying and what you should never say. I have a word I will tell you this evening to never mention when you are speaking to your client. And I will give you a reason why you should never mention that word. Um, Real estate cashback, I'm not going to go into details of what it means or how profit is made and all of those things with you, because I believe that you know it already. But there is a part that I want to treat this evening: how to effectively close sales on real estate cashback. If you are with me, if I were you, I will pick my pen and paper this evening. How to effectively close sales
Sorry, sir, Mr. Washi,
on
sir.
real estate
Hello, sir.
cashback.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir, if you don't mind, sir, my name is Bobby, Coach Bobby for REMS. So if you don't head of training, so if you don't mind, can you just help us define basic cashback for us or people that are new? Please, sir.
Oh, okay.
Just define it for us and what it's all
Okay.
about, the concept, before you give us how to
Uh,
sell it.
okay. Sorry. I was thinking this is where they already know what real estate cashback.
This is
So
our first time
real
on.
estate cashback.
Yes, sir.
Real estate cashback, I'll give you a background to it. Real estate cashback started as land banking investment plan back in 2018. We used to call it land LIP. And it started from the fact that when we started Zelos Homes and Property Limited, we got a property in Ibejuleki and then we were selling it as a small company, 1 plot, 2 plot, 2 million, 1 million, and 3 million. And we sat down to say, what is our vision? What is our mission? And we said, we wanted to build this, we wanted to build that. And we realized that, okay, you want to build this and that, and it's going to be costing you 5 million, 10 billion, 5 billion, 2 billion. Is it with this 2 million, 1 million land that we're selling that we're going to get there? Okay, let's say we now do this, for how long are we going to be able to, move fast and all of those things? How are we going to get money to buy properties and all of those things? We started racking our brain. And so one fateful day, I was out, and then somebody said, "What do you do in your company?" And then we answered, "We sell real estate and all." The man said, "I have a lot of land, I have a lot of house, and then people keep telling me to buy. But I don't want to do all those things." And so from the look of things, the man had money. So the man now said, "Okay, let me have your number. Maybe we can do business." So I got his number and then we started talking. So I got to my office, we related with the CEO, and then from there he said that, so that means that this person wants to do real estate without buying land. How can we make this person to partner with us such that we can get the money from him, and from there we can now pay him back his money with part of the profit that we make? Right. So we now realize that we have to develop a product. So we now develop land banking investment plan where this is similar to real estate cashback. The idea is for you to buy real estate. with a guarantee that you're going to get your money back, the cash back, right? You're going to get the cash back to yourself. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I was having a call.
That's okay, sir. So can you again, sir? Lost you, sir. Voice.
It seems he's having a call or something.
All right, that's true. Hanging there, guys. You'll see get across to us soon. He's a very busy man.
Buy real estate, to buy land, but with the guarantee that you will not have the burden of marketing and sales will not be tied down onto you, right? So basically that is what we came up to, that okay, people want to do real estate, people want to buy land, but they are scared that when they buy the land, when they buy the property, the they will when they buy the property, it will be tied down, and all of those things will amount to them, just having a series of land and buildings that they cannot turn back to money. So we look at it that we can actually help them to invest their money in real estate while we sell the property for them, because we are into real estate, and then because we are real estate experts, we have a lot of marketers that are selling our products. It makes it easy for us to sell, and then we have a lot of clients in diaspora. So from there, we will now decide to we now decide to set up the product. So based on the background that I gave, real estate cashback means people buying property in partnership with us as a real estate company for the purpose of resales within a specified period of time, and within a specified period of time, and from that specified period of time, it would make them to be able to get their money back together with the profit within that 12-month period. So that is the idea and concept of real estate cashback. So when the company has a project to be done, the company would invite its people to partner with it to buy that landed properties. This property is thereafter developed, infrastructure put in place, and the necessary things to develop the land into a sellable position will be done. So the company thereafter sell the property, make the money from sales, pay back those that are partnered with it back, and company take its own portion of the profits. So this is another way of taking loan. Take for example somebody that go to bank to go and take loan 10 million naira to buy a property. Then when you sell that property, you will pay back the bank loan, right? And then you pay interest. And this is similar to you know, and then this is similar to the real estate cashback that we are trying to implement. So that is that on the real estate cashback. If you look at it, you will realize that it's a way to seek partnership from individuals and corporate organizations who will now become your partner to buy the properties, and from the sales of the property, they are able to make profits. And when they make profit, this profit is shared with them. That is real estate cashback, right? So, and when you want to prospect a client for real estate cashback, the way you present it matters. The way you present the product matters. real estate cashback is not just an investment product. So I was going to tell you that when you are talking to your client, the number one thing you should avoid mentioning is investment. The number one thing you should avoid mentioning is investment, right? So because when you mention investment, an average Nigerian would be hearing scam in their head, right? So when you are saying come and invest with our client, come and invest with our client, what they hear is come, let us scam you. Come, let us scam you. So by the time you keep saying that, you are not only giving the client negative impression, then you are also competing with a lot of other products that you may not be able to defeat. In the investment cycle, we are talking about treasury bill. So you are going to be competing with people that are already used to investing in the way to sell real estate as an investment product. I mean, as a partnership product. Sorry, pardon me. So if I meet a client today, the first thing that I'm going to do is to introduce the company. I introduce the company as Zelos Group International. Zelos Group International has subsidiaries in Nigeria, Zelos Homes and Property Limited. They have Real Estate Cashback Cooperative. They have Trustline Microfinance Bank, and they also have Absolute Insurance Company. If I finish with that, I'll quickly go to talking about the Zelos Homes and Property Limited, which is in charge of property development. The company has been in existence for about 7 years. Then, if I were you, I would talk about the number of estate that the company has developed, which is over 25 properties that the company has developed within the last 6 years. And within these 25 properties, there are more than 4 out of them that are already fully residential. You're going to talk about Zelos Court Extension. You're going to talk about Lekki Pride. And you should be able to talk about the value of some of these estates. Having done that, the next thing is to be able to create an imbalance that despite the fact that the company has been operating for 6 years, right, it has developed about 25 estates. This is only possible because of its corporate and individual partnership. It is not possible for somebody to just be working alone as a company and then you are able to develop as much as this within that short period of time. So what has made it possible is the partnership with some individual, with some companies. And this is where the real estate cashback cooperative comes in. So the real estate cashback cooperative is a cooperative for individual with common interest. The common interest is real estate investment. They want to invest in real estate to make who invested towards that property. So now we have released a date that on the 22nd, Zelos Prime City will be launched for sales and for inspection and all of those things. So this is a testament that the company make investors to come together to partner with it to buy certain property and thereafter sell this property so that within the next 12 months, the company will be able to sell the property and make back the client money together with the interest. So if you are able to explain it this way, I believe that your client would understand. One of the things that you need to know as someone that is selling real estate cashback is the question that people ask you is that what makes real estate cashback? So if your company can make as much as possible profit on the real estate? Number one question they're going to ask you is, why not take bank loan? Right? Why not take bank loan? Why is your company not taking bank loan? Number two is that they're going to ask you that what is the security for my money? What is the security for my that they're get upfront interest? Can I get upfront interest? Then the number four that they're going to ask you is that what is the termination charge? So if I decide to terminate my money before maturity, what is the criteria? What is the condition? What is the termination conditions and criteria? Right? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you all of this. So because if you say that you are going to sell a property to make profit that you can share with us, right? So why not obtain a loan, right? So your answer is simple. The answer is that it does not support the business model of the company. It doesn't support the business model of the company. How? Because imagine that you want to buy a property for 2 billion that RC of who has the title. And that same property, you want to go and use it to collect loan from the bank. What it means is that the property, the title document is with the bank, and then you have gotten a loan to buy the property. Now, at the end of the day, when you want to be selling the same property to your buyer, that you have used that property to obtain loan, and you as a realtor, you'll be disappointed. You will not be able to sell that property. So number one, it becomes impossible to use that that yes, you cannot take loan. I understand that it is possible for you to buy 10 million naira land and sell it for 17 million or 20 million to make 100% profit, so that at the end of the day, you can still pay me 13.5 million or 13.7 million naira, and the remaining one will become your profit. Then you pay commission, pay other things, and you are left with certain portion of money as your own outright profit. So, but what is the probability that if I give you my money, I am not going to wake up tomorrow and not find you or your company again? What is the probability that if I give you my money, what is the probability that if I wake up tomorrow, I am not going to wake up and not see any money to pay? You won't pay me back my money. What if you don't pay me back my money? What will be my security? What will be my backup? The backup is a landed property, right? Because we issue a security document. The security document is called a deed of agreement. What is a deed of agreement? A deed of agreement states that by virtue of your investment with Real Estate Cashback Cooperative,
We can't hear you, sir.
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So a deed of agreement state that by virtue of your investments, a deed of agreement state that by virtue of your investments with the Real Estate Cashback Cooperative, a certain portion of land, depending on the amount that has been invested, has been carved out, has been embarked for the purpose as security document, as security, as a collateral to the client for the purpose of that investment to the company, if and when the client has been paid back his money. And that if the company fails to pay back the client the money at maturity, which is the capital and the interest, the client can take action legally to become the owner of the land that has been embarked to him, right? So what it means is that in this case, what the bank can do when you default them from paying from and then you didn't pay back their loan is the same thing that the client can do when we fail to pay back their money to them. So this makes it a solid and sound document that is a collateral to them, because those documents, they are prepared by our legal team. So that is the security. Can upfront interest be paid? The answer is yes. We can pay you upfront interest. The upfront interest that we paid is, when we want to pay you upfront interest, there will be 4% charge. Now, so at the moment that the company is offering 37% interest, now there will be 4% charge, which means that the client will be paid 33%. And out of this 33%, 50% of it will be paid to the client now. Say, for example, the client want to invest 10 million. The interest on it at 3% will be 3.3 million. So the client will be paid 1,650,000 now within 72 hours of investment, and the remaining 1,650,000 will be paid to the client together with the 10 million as maturity. That is the upfront interest. So anybody that wants to get upfront interest, you will not get 37%, you will get 33%. So if the rate goes down to 35%, at that time, that will be 4% charge. So instead of 35, the person will get 31, just like that. And out of 31, half of it will be paid now, and the remaining half will be paid together with the capital at maturity. That is the way upfront interest work. And so the next question is, what is the termination condition? So if I want to terminate my money, how does it work? Number one, if you want to terminate your money, number one, you cannot terminate your money within the first 3 months. This is not Ponzi scheme. This is not MMM. This is not a bank where you just keep your money in the account and you don't use it for anything. So within the first 3 months of investment, you cannot call for termination, because the money will be used for business, and there is no tangible profit that can be made within 2-3 months. So you cannot call for termination within that period. You can start terminating after 4 months. Now, this is the condition for termination. Number one, you can terminate by this is the termination calculation. The account balance minus 15% charge. The account balance minus 17% charge. The account balance minus 17% charge. So how is account balance calculated? The account balance is capital plus prorated interest. So this is how to say, so capital, let's use the person that invests 10 million. 10 million capital, right? And then the prorated interest is, let's say the person invests to get his money at maturity at 7%. The money is 3.7 million. That is the interest on it. Now, let's say that the person wants to terminate his money in the 6th month. Let's say the person wants to terminate his money in the 6th month. So the prorated interest will now be 6 divided by the number of months in a year, 12. Divided by 12 times is interest, 3.7 million, right? So what this means is that if it is the 8th month, it's going to be 8 divided by 12 multiplied by 3.7. If it's in the 10th month, it's going to be 10 divided by 12 multiplied by 3.6. So 6 divided by 12 multiplied by 3.7 will give 1,850,000, right? So as at the 6th month, what it means is that the person capital of 10 million has yielded 1,850,000. If the money waits till 12 months, it's going to yield 3.7 million. So as at the 6th month, his total money is going to be 11,850,000 naira. But remember that there is a charge, because the formula is account balance minus 17% charge. So 17% of this 11,850,000 naira is what you are going to calculate to give you the amount that the person will be paid. The reason is that when you invest, commission is paid, incentive is given, and a lot of things is done. So the company must not run loss just by doing business with you as a client. So because if you don't do that, a lot of people will just come, put 10 million, then the next day they will collect commission. And after like 1 month, they will ask their client to terminate. If there is no charge, the client will just get his money back. After 3, 4, 5 months, they will ask the client to put the money again. So the client will now still collect, they will, as a realtor, you collect commission, and then they will tell the client after 3 months or 4 months to terminate. And it will continue like that. They will now keep the system. So that is why there has to be termination charge. So that by the time, so your client will not be willing to do what you're asking to do because some people are fraudulent. So in order not to deviate, that will be 17% charge on the 11.850 that we have, 0.17 times 11,850. So that the charge is 2,014,000, right? You now remove this from 11,850,000. That is the amount that the person will be paid. So the person will be paid, the client at termination at that time will be 9,835,500. So if the person is terminating in the 6th month and he invested 10 million, his money will be 9,835,500. If he's terminating in the 8th month, you realize that this 9,835,000 is lower than his capital. Yes, because this is to discourage them from terminating. It would bastardize the system when they continue to terminate. Another thing is that if this person decide to terminate in the 8th month or 9 months, the capital will not be affected, right? Because the interest would have been more than 1,850,000, making his money to be around 10 point something million that is going to be. The longer the money stays within the system, the higher the amount of money that the person will get at termination if the person decides to terminate, right? And if the person does not terminate, wait till 12 months, the person will be paid a total of 13.7 million naira as the maturity proceed, right? I believe that I've been able to answer the question that I listed out, the why not bank loan, the security, the can we get upfront interest, and the other one that was the determination condition, advance salary exhaustion. So I believe that I've been able to um, put in or shed a little light on the concept of real estate cashback. I know that some of you may have questions, and then this will help us to better understand the product. So I'll be willing to take up your
Fantastic.
questions starting from now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bashir. That was an in-depth talk there. So, guys, on the call, need more clarity, have a question, please raise your hand. I'll meet you, or you can also type your question in the chat room. So, guys, the floor is yours. Realtors, any question, please raise your hand, or I'll meet you, or type or the question in the chat room. Quickly, guys. Yes, question, Madam Marita. Marita, let me find you in the group, and I'll ask you to unmute yourself. Okay, so Marita, unmute yourself, please. Ask the question.
Good afternoon. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, good evening,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Go ahead, ma.
Yeah, I'm a fan of buyback. Yeah, I'm a fan of buyback. However, I must tell you, I still have my fears, especially with the way Xylos operates its own. Number one, you see the check that is being issued. Yes, the check stands as a guarantee, but at the end of the day, even the check is not even presentable because the money is account. Now, what happens? We do not pray for liquidation, but what happens when something that means even that check is not valid? You cannot hold the company that they issued you a check, and when they say the check is like a guarantee, when you no company wants to issue a check that will bounce because it will be a criminal offense. So when people hear that, oh, you have a possessed check, is a kind of guarantee for them that, oh, A reputable company will not want to issue a check that will bounce. However, the fact that you cannot even present that check, the money will still be transferred to your account, is a kind of source for concern. Like, so even what I was holding is not even valid enough. They still have to transfer the money by themselves. That's one. Then, secondly, um, the like in Xylox, you don't. There's no particular property that it is tied to. Like you have some companies that they tie it to a particular property. You know that this property exists. Xerox will just tell you that this is the plot of land that you are entitled to, but there's no particular property that is tied to. And it's just giving me some form of concern, like, what if something happens? How do I now know that, okay, it is true that this I can convert this cash to this property? So those are my concerns.
Thank you. What's your name, ma?
My name is Rita.
Rita. Okay, good. Let me tell you, as a matter of fact, it's not by bragging, all those other companies that you know, they probably learned from Zelos. I'm not bragging. Maybe there is just one of them that didn't learn from Zelos. Because some of them, I know them very well. I carry my suit and my shirts, went to their office to go and teach them how it is done. Right? And some of them were my clients back in 2000 and 2001. I can tell you for free. So, this is it. Check is not presentable. That was the first thing that you misstated. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah. You said the check is not presentable. That is not it. Like you rightly mentioned, the check is a security, is a backup that when the company did not pay me my money, I can present this check and it becomes a criminal offense for my check not to go. So the first mode of payment is through a transfer to the client. The company before now promised that we are going to pay you within 3 days, 3 working days. So if I did not pay you within 3 working days, present thy check and get your money. That was the condition. So the condition has been fully stated before you do the investment. So it is not an hidden thing, right?
Okay.
But some people still opted out. Okay, don't worry, don't do transfer to me. I want to present my check. And the check, they present it and it goes. So not coming. The issue of the check is not presentable, it does not come in. The check was signed by the due signatory to the account. So those checks were presented, they are presentable and can be presented at any bank.
Are you there, sir? I think in this
I'm here with you. Can you hear me?
yeah, you went off for a while. I can hear you now.
Oh,
Yes, can
okay.
hear you.
Okay. So the danger in asking people to present check is you will do transfer to them. They will still go and present their check. In most cases, we block those checks when they present it. We tell the bank that they have been paid, that they should return the check. So for that purpose, we would return the check. But so for me, I
So we
believe.
lost you again now.
Hey,
I
can you
think
hear me?
I
Is
think
my
the clarity.
I
network
think it's your
breaking?
end.
I
I
think the
think it's
clarity.
at your end. He's
Oh,
there.
okay, that's fine. Go ahead then.
Okay, so the issue of check not being presentable does not come in. The checks are presentable when we give you check at maturity. If you notify us that you don't want us to do transfer to you, you want your check to be presented, then go ahead and present your check. Because even
Okay.
now, I do not know the reason why you want to present your check. When at the moment we will tell you that you will get your money the same day that your money matures. So if your money matures today, the company will pay you back today. So if you present the check, you will not even get your check the same day, because the check will go to clearing and come the next day or the third day, depending on the bank. Only there is no property that it is tied to. That is not correct. The Zealous real estate cashback, all our products, they are all our investments is tied to all our investments is tied to the a particular product. For example, the one we are doing at the moment is Zealous Prime City. And we'll tell you that Zealous Prime City, I don't know if you have seen a copy of our deed of agreement
Yeah, I
before.
have a copy.
We will tell you that you have been. So if you have a copy, if you read it
I
to
have a
the
copy.
so if you read it to the extent where we say you have been allotted 500 square meter at Zealous, that Zealous Prime is located in this estate and is in this particular location. Everything is well detailed. I am telling you, there is nobody.
The one I have, nothing like that. A contract note. Is it a contract note? Nothing like that.
That's not a contract. So that's that. What you have is a contract note. What we have a deed of agreement. That contract note is just a summary of the transaction. There is a deed of agreement separate from that one.
Okay.
When you do transaction, we send the client 3 documents. We send a receipt, we send a contract note, and we send a deed of agreement. So inside the deed of agreement, which is the legal document, every details of the portion of land is stated there. And in our communication on our real estate cashback platform, which I'm sure that the admin is communicating to you, everything is there. We will tell you to invest in an estate. Let me tell you the current one. I don't know, Madam Esther, I will send it to her now. The current one now is to buy Zealous Prime City. We even put the logo of the estate on the banner. And we tell you to buy Zealous Prime City. We tell you to buy one plot at 11 million so that you can sell it for 15 million as a client. We tell you to buy 1 acre for 66 million so that you can sell it for 90.4 million. So all the estate that you are investing into, they are there. And like I was saying when I was explaining, when we tell you to this Zealous Prime City, when we started investment on it, we have not even started talking about launching it or people going for inspection, because it was not even available then, back then in January. It was after we have done investment on it, people have given us investment money, we have bought the land. That is now when they are now selling it. So the investment is tagged to a specific property. Thank you.
No, thank you, sir.
Good
Thanks
evening,
so much.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead and annoying the question after Flashery.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for today's lecture. My name is Chinonye.
Thank you.
Are you there, sir? Okay, my name is Chinonye. So you just talked about the deed of agreement. I've got 3 clients who did the real estate cashback. There was no deed of agreement. What I was copied in the mail, and what I got was, I think, a receipt or something like that. There was no deed of assignment. So I think you should also look into this.
There was no deed of agreement.
No deed of agreement. My client didn't get any deed of agreement. And if probably a deed of agreement was sent to the client, the realtor should be copied. The realtor must be copied. That aside, you just mentioned that you now have a new rule that formerly it was after 3 days, clients are being paid. But now, that same day the money matures, the client is being paid. But my client maturity was, let's just say it was today. The maturity date was today, but he was paid the next day. So when I gave him the information of, okay, this is the new rule right now. Don't worry, the day your money matures, you're being paid. And he's like, Nonye, this is what you said, but I've not seen any money today. How far now? And I was like, okay, just calm down and calm down. I reached out to one of your staffs and they were telling me, he just matured today, so don't worry, they will pay him. We had to wait till the next day. So my point is this: when you say something, let us keep to our words. Because when we inform our clients about this is what the company is saying, and then they don't see it like that, it's like we are lying. It's like, okay, we don't know what we are saying. So that I
Okay.
think two things I
Thank you.
welcome. Sir.
Two things that you have mentioned, and the first one is that there was no deed of agreement. This baffles
Yeah,
me because I
yeah.
think this is the first meeting I'm attending, and then people tell me there is no deed of agreement, right? So there is a deed of agreement. Like I said, I don't know. I'm going to send Madam Esther. Are you on this call?
Our BDM is Funke. I don't know who Esther talking
Okay,
about.
Madam. So I do not know. I do not know if is there anyone on this call that has gotten a deed of agreement before? Let me ask that way.
Okay, that's fine. Anyone that can confirm that. Let me check my mail also to confirm that too.
If you have done any transaction, have you gotten a deed of agreement? I don't know. I can't do a screenshot to show you people because I'm not on your platform. I could have shown you
No, you
what
can't.
it did.
You,
What
you,
the
can,
deed.
you can't, sir. Your host, your co-host, you can share. Can share
So I can
screen.
share document here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait to can okay. I can share my screen. Let me
Yeah, I'm
see.
really a co-host. You can share.
Let me see if I can share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, you can see, sir. You can see.
Okay, good. Can you see this?
Yeah,
Can you see my
yeah,
screen now?
yeah, I can see your screen, sir.
This is my chat with our IT person. I tell him to resend the client document. And the first one is the certificate. The next one is the deed of agreement. The next one is receipt. The next one is receipt, and you will see it deed of agreement. All this is your client is supposed to receive three things: the deed of agreement, the contract notes, and that is supposed to receive the receipt. Now, this is the deed of agreement. Did you
Okay,
see it?
I think I can testify. I can see my own too. I saw my email now. I
You
got
got
it.
your deed of
Yes,
agreement.
yes. I
Okay.
got
So
certificates and received an agreement. Yeah.
look at this deed of agreement that I'm showing now. This is a client, right? Real Estate Cashback Housing Cooperative, deed of agreement between the cooperative and the client's name. And I'm going to show you that part where they mention the estates. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the place.
Okay, sir. We're with you.
Now look at it. If you read 3.1.4, a total of 227.55 square meter has been marked for the member at Zelos Prime City.
Nice.
Zelos Prime City off Lekki Epe Expressway, Eleron Igbe, Lagos State, in respect of this investment scheme, provides
Fantastic.
that the member may take full ownership of the above named property at the expiration of the tenure of investments, where the cooperative is unable to or fails to pay to the member the investment sum as agreed. So I will not come here now. It's more than 6 years we have been doing this. I will not come here to come and be lying that we give deed of agreements when we don't give it, right? So it is also possible that maybe due to IT issue or something, maybe you didn't get your deed of agreement. If you reach out to Madam Esther and she reached out to us, we'll get it sent to you. Some people we even send it to them on WhatsApp. If it becomes stressful and then we are not able to pay them, we are not able to, and we are not able to give them their documents on what's it called, and we are not able to give them their documents maybe through email because some people maybe their email just starts malfunctioning or something, right? We even send it to them on WhatsApp. So we give a deed of agreement, and the deed of agreement states everything that I've said. So, Madam Folashade, if it happens that you didn't get your deed of agreement, maybe and we used to copy realtors. If you put your when you are subscribing for your clients, if you put realtor emails there, all this thing I'm talking to you is not is not done by a human being. If you put your email there, we're just going to put your email, put your client's email, and all of those things. And when we test send, your client will get it. You are also going to get it. So that is the way it works. So we send deed of agreement. It is possible that you didn't get it. I'm not disputing fact, maybe due to network issue or something. But 99% of the time, people get deed of agreement, right?
I can testify to that
So that
anywhere.
is that
I
on
was
that.
copied. So,
So
you have
yes, we used to copy.
someone asked a question also. Flashady, please unmute yourself. Ask your question. Flashady, quickly.
Hold on. I've not responded to the second one.
Oh, sorry about that.
It is
Sorry, thank
possible
you.
that maybe when you send maybe when you write it, maybe there is a A or B misspelling or some of those
The
things.
email.
It used to
Yeah.
happen a lot of time. Yeah. So another one that just came to my notes that the lady mentioned is same day payments. That when we say
Yes.
they don't get it, they get it that same day, and then maybe they don't get it that same day, they'll get it the next day. Let me tell you, those that mature today now, I have not paid. I'm still in the office like this. If you look at my background, you will realize I'm still in the office. I will still pay them before I leave the office. Because so this is what happens. We would have a lot of people that make payments on that day, right? Maybe this time last year. So when my team, what they will do is to work on it. They work on it, they do a schedule for it, they go through the auditor, go through everybody, and it comes to me. When it comes back to me, so when we pay them, some bank issue can happen. We are not bank. When you pay them, the person may say, we will have been debited that same day, and the person may not get it until the next day. Or some people, they'll be waiting for alert. They will not get alert. It would have been in their bank, it would have been there. But when we say that we'll pay you on the same day, we'll pay you that same day. The day we are not able to pay you that same day, we'll communicate on our platform, right? That see, oh, something happened. Oh, we cannot pay you today. We'll pay you tomorrow. We'll communicate. It doesn't cost us anything to communicate to you that we cannot pay you on that day, that we're going to pay you the next day, because we know we are partner in progress. And it is important that we communicate to you, right? So that is that about that. We pay everybody on the same day. Like yesterday night now, something happened. We paid everybody, and before you know it, around 10 or 11 o'clock, chairman just got the reversal of those same payment and sent it to our platform. Like, what happened? Everybody that is using GT Bank, they have received their money, but every other bank, their money reversed, and we had to pay them to this morning again. That wasn't our fault, right? But we understand that clients want us to stick to our words, which we always try to do, right? But as far as making payment on the same day is concerned, that is what we are doing at the moment. And we are working on improving the process, right? To ensure that we pay before the evening. Because now they sent, and for me today, I have held more than 5 meetings, both online, offline. In fact, I was leaving the one we're doing with the general group to come and quickly join this one, right? So we would only tell you that we would improve on the process, but the same day payment has really improved our payment, and a lot of people are satisfied with it. Thank you.
Thank you for that response, CEO. Flashady, you have a question, Flashady? You have a question? I know you raised your hand before. Can you unmute yourself? You have.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that very insightful session. So my question is, do the company deduct any charge or charges on, will they deduct any charges on my client's ROI on their investment? Say for instance, if my client invests say 10 million and they're supposed to get 3.7 million in addition to their capital, do they get any deduction for whatever reason, say tax and all?
No, there is no deduction. There is no deduction at all.
Great.
There is
Thank
no
you.
deduction.
Thank you for that sharp question, sir. Anybody has a question too? Anybody has a question? Anybody has a question? So you can free our guy to go and start paying our clients money today. It's in the office. Well done, sir. Kusha. It's not easy at all. Any other question? If no question, I'll give the floor to Dr. Benita to help us give closing remarks so she can call it a day. Our welfare director. Madam B,
Thank
you have the
you
floor.
very much. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I
Yes,
can hear
very
you,
well.
ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Pastor Bobby. Mr. Wasu, thank you so very much for this well-detailed explanation. In fact, it's simple, detailed, straight to the point.
Yeah.
But I want to plead, can we get like a bullet point of what you have just said? Because we don't have a full house on this platform right now. And we still have a lot of people that want to ask this question over and over again. Instead of us calling you all the time, if we have like bullet points of what you have just said, so we can always put it on our group that, okay, well, for this buyback, these are the questions clients may ask you, these are the answers and all. So, we are good to go. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. I can tell my team to come up with something that will be sent to you.
Thank you very much. I think we appreciate that.
Yeah,
For me, it's clear, and I will still actually need that bullet point too, because you never can tell when one question will come up and
exactly.
probably you don't have the answer. So for me, I'm good. Thank you so very much. We appreciate this, and it's okay by me. Thank you on behalf of REMS Nation. We are glad to have you on this platform. Thank you so very much.
Yes,
Thank you, Ma. I'll be glad to be here again. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So see you, Mr. Wash. Thanks so much once again, sir, for your time. Appreciate all you do in the industry. Keep on the good work, sir. Our regards to the group CEO himself and the family. Thank you. So we look forward to having that
Thank you very much.
FAQ on
Thank you.
Cashback. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Sir. Have a good
work
evening,
on
sir.
something like that. All right. Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.